introduction. Military instructors are the most impressive people in our school life because many students share the similar memory during high school. However, military instructor will withdraw from campus in 2021. The positions of military instructors serve both educational and disciplinary functions. Nonetheless, many people see the issues with different points of view. As a result, we want to explore the opinions of high school students. Military instructor main missions include protect the safety of campus and military teachers. Their work should focus on what they should do and dealing with emergencies.
Next is the evolution of the military instructors. First, we want to introduce the declining birth rate. In response to the current situation in Taiwan society, the declining birth rate ratio has increased year by year. The military instructors of Ministry of Education are mainly allocated by the number of school students. Many people may think that military instructors has nothing to do, but Taiwan's policy follows society. The Ministry of Education had to make a decision to let the military instructors be allocated according to the number of school students.
Second, military instructors are withdrawn from campus. Military instructor education indicates that senior high school education was realized third time and passed in 2013 and announced on 2016 the draft of contest and implementation measure education curriculum for all levels of schools. This provision was fixed in 2018 and it will be operational in 2021.
Third, the military instructor replaced the school security personnel. School security personnel receive no less training than correct military instructor, but whether or not they can advance the situation on the spot is an issue we will discuss in the future.
Third, we will talk about the matter of our project. In this project, we have 3 research questions. The first one is, do students agree or disagree with the implementation of military instructor withdrawal of campus? The second one is, do you think there will be any impact after the military instructor withdrawal from campus? The next one is, what's the impressions of teacher and student on the military instructor?
In our survey, we sent to students, teachers, and interviewed the military instructors. We collected 100 questionnaires, 30 from teachers and 70 from students. There are 92 available questionnaires. We choose students, teachers, and the military instructors in SCVS as our participants is because they represent 3 different kinds of groups on campus, and it was also convenient to collect data in the present school.
Our questionnaires are divided into 3 parts. First is public impression of military instructor. Second, public views on military instructor withdrawal of campus. Last, military instructors impact after withdrawal.
And this is our findings. The difference between military instructor and school security personnel. Military instructor is trained from the military. They have the status of soldiers and must wear the military uniform. A school security personnel is trained from the government. They don't have to wear the military uniform. It says they can treat students or stop students misconduct in time.
The problem we may encounter in the future. First, some teachers can't conduct their original job. Second, after being replaced by school security personnel, they may become the guard and anyone can be with different qualities.
Public opinions. As you can see those charts, many parents believe that school security personnel are not as competent as military instructors to handle their work. Teachers know the military instructors are not only teaching national defense education courses for whole people, but also an important force to maintain campus security. Their role is irreplaceable. The military instructors did not exclude this policy, though it was a good thing to implement the division of administrative work and let the original responsibilities return to the teachers.
According to the bar most teachers and students in SCDS believe that military instructors are necessary to stay in school. This is our conclusion. Throughout our research, we have explored one necessity of a military instructor in the school. First, we wrote abstract and did some literature research. Then we collected some data online. Next, we designed questionnaires to teachers and students. Interview military instructor and school security personnel to analyze their opinions.
We stay in our school. Through an interview, we learned a view about the military instructor and school security personnel. Their view is do whatever the government says. In addition, through a questionnaire survey, we found that most students and teachers believe that the military instructor are a necessity to stay in our school. If the military instructor replaces the school security personnel, they won't wear the military uniform. It seems that can treat students or stop students misconduct in time. Above all, we still think the military instructor are a necessity to stay in our school. And this is our reference.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you for, excuse me, I have a cold. Thank you for bringing up this important issue. I think this issue is quite important for not just for the military instructors, for students and the school security as well. It's a quite important issue. I have a couple questions. The first question is, in your report, in your presentation, you mentioned that you recruited 100 participants, 70 students, 30 teachers. However, in your written report, I saw that you have 70 students, but 22 teachers. My math is not very good, but it doesn't add up. So can you explain why there's a gap, or is this a discrepancy between your presentation and the content you included in your report? The second question, I forgot my second question. So maybe I can come back. Right, maybe you can respond to my first question, and then if you go back to the second question, I'll come back. Thank you.
Because their questionnaire are not complete, so we don't choose them to our survey. Because the questionnaire are not complete, so we don't choose in our survey.
Some of the surveys were not complete, so you excluded those surveys that were incomplete. Then you need to report that, and so the numbers should be lower. And you should have been 22 as you reported in your written report. Now, the second question came back. So, my second question is that you actually present quite a lot of content and the history, and you even try to show the possible solution, the comparison between military instructors and the security guards. But a lot of content It's okay, I will just make a comment. You seem to report it a lot more in details in your presentation, but not as much in your written.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What is for your oral report? I remember you put a slide saying conclusion. Okay? And after that, you say you have a literary review, you have the methodology, you have the finding discussion. Usually that slide should be raised up to the second one. The first one, title page, then the second one is your outline, your oral information. Right? So that slide shouldn't be after the conclusion. Should put closer forward. Okay, you got me? Okay, so that one. Then another one is that when you, I wonder if this written report will be the version that we send to for the contest. If it is yes, then the table of contents, when you put Romanized 1, Romanized 2, Romanized 3, and under each section, you have a small bullet like small number 1, small number 2, small number 3. You have a small bullet, you probably put a small letter A, B, C. Okay, or you put Romanized 1, then Romanized 1.1. This is a very odd presentation. So check that. If you really have the format to follow, then accept it. But usually, as I also do the supervision for the thesis, written thesis for many students, I didn't find this one, so you just put Romanized 1, number 1, number 2, number 3. Romanized 2, number 1, number 1.1, number 1.2, number 2. So don't include the Romanized 1 to the number. Okay? So but even if a small one, you have the A, B, C. Okay, you got it? So that's the two solutions. And also follow the style, whether you use APA, MLA, Chicago, and all of that. So that's my solution.
Thank you.
Oh, excellent job. And okay, just a few tips. On page 7, on the figure 1, there is a typo. Very agree with the VERRY. That's a typo, so you should check it out. Plus, I think we say strongly agree, not very agree. Yeah, so that's just a very noticeable thing, so I'd like to mention that. But other than that, I don't think I have time, so thank you.
Thank you.